Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I am back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. So, it is now 7 a.m. in the game and in real life. Here Central Time. Been selling some silage. I'm up to 18,000? $218,000. No real goal here, just trying to get some of it sold, trying to get some of it dwindled down because we've got a lot of stuff to process now. Go down here and look at it. I did cut the field. The field of alfalfa was ready again in November, so I went ahead and cut it again one last time before we say goodbye to it because we're going to be moving it. I've taken some bales over here, but I've got a lot more baling to do. I got a lot of chaff. Got another full load of chaff that we can put in there. We need grass. So I got one thing going on grass. Just a little bit of grass left in here. The other one has no grass. So we definitely need to put in a grass field somewhere over the rainbow here. Alright, but for right now, we're going to go sell some more silage. Make sure I'm still going to the same place. Seems to be the farmer's market. Seems to be the place. There's only one other place I can sell it. And I'm going to end up passing it if I don't slow down. There we go. Yeah. 217 versus 216. So not a big price difference. Where is the other place? Bales sell point. Where's that at? You know what? I'm just going to tag it just to see where it's at because I don't know. Let's see if it's closer. Yeah, it's only $1 less. The farmer's market is down the road a ways here. And that place might be a little further out. We'll go to the closest one, see which one is closer. I've never been to the bale place yet. So I've got a lot of the baling equipment out there, the merger, the bale trailer. Got the baler itself down there somewhere. Got the mower over there because I mowed our little grass fields that we got. Need to go and merge those up. And it's time to cut soybeans. So we've got a lot of soybeans to cut. And I'm actually going to go... I've started going down here instead of turning there because turning in front of the house down that way is a little bit more difficult than actually going down here and turning by the church parking lot. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, it's... So they're kind of side by side then. So that's the bale sell point, and then this is the farmer's market. I might as well go to the farmer's market because it's $1 more. Literally, they're side by side. So that's kind of convenient, I guess. And coincidence. Well, we'll know if we need to sell, if we need to sell bales at any time in the future, we know where to go now. Unless they come to the farmer's market. Sometimes they do come to the farmer's market. We got a lot of straw bales. Just saying. I don't know what straw goes for here. But we'll take a look when the time rolls around. I think the best time to sell straw is in the winter. Probably December-ish. I am doing a plowing contract out there right now. I've got another one right after that one to do. I've already finished one as well. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever collected on that. Contracts. I never did collect it. So that's 29,000. Plowed that field down yonder there. So we'll collect that. So there's a little more money. Alright, we're going to make 11,000 on that one we're doing, and then we've got one for 15,000 up there in the northwest. off. There we go. All right. I'm farming solo today. Fuzzy is on assignment doing, I think job stuff. So it's just me. But we can get soybeans cut. We've got some actual corn to harvest. You know, what's left of what we didn't turn into chaff up there. So we'll probably cut that. And then I'm hoping I can get to work on maybe this east side of the map over here. Start getting these dedicated grass and alfalfa fields going. Have to do a little bit of plowing. I don't think there's any left in here. There might be a little bit. There's a little, not much. I think most of it's left in here. There's not much left in here. I've already hauled several loads. Maybe another couple of loads in here. Alright, while that is filling. Crack one open. 7 a.m. somewhere, right? Oh wait, that's here. In cab. You hear the planes flying early this morning. Oh, I missed my turn. Well, I'll just have to make a loop. I think this road over here kind of ties in with it. Not the best road to turn on, but when you miss your turn... Oh, that beautiful silent footage. I think I'll sell one more load. I think we've got at least... There might even be 2 loads left down there. Over there. How much we got in there? 208. So no, really just one more load. Given our truck size here, trailer size. We'll go get that one more load though. If we had 240, that would be 2 more loads. there's a hardware store. I miss the old hardware stores. We had one for a long time here, and they ended up not too long ago closing up. Now all there is the big box stores: Home Depot, Lowe's, big Ace hardware stores. I'm sure there's others that we might not have around me here, but it's just really the big box stores, the national chains. Not your local, you know, locally owned mom and pop hardware store, or just maybe pop hardware stores. I'll always be able to watch the movie Teen Wolf. You guys seen that? His dad in Teen Wolf owns a hardware store. And that hardware store looks, I mean, to the T of how the local one looked here. It was small, just like that one, but it had a ton of stuff. Anything, if you needed anything, if they didn't have it, they could order it and have it in there very shortly. Seems like Lowe's and Home Depot have taken over the category of hardware stores. Yeah, pretty much. There's some others out there, but I think Home Depot and Lowe's are maybe the biggest ones. You can actually kind of see in this one. This is a Hardware Bob here. Now you can kind of see in there. They do that little 3D thing. It's kind of set up maybe a little bit like it, but just watch Teen Wolf. That's what it was like. You had that very Mayberry-ish feel to that hardware store. It was fantastic. I remember buying a lot of stuff there. Anytime you needed any size bolt or nut or screw or nail, they would have it. And then they would have everything else. If you needed a certain kind of duct tape, if you needed, you know, special WD-40 or, you know, something like that, you know. Well, we are over 300,000. I think that's a pretty good payday there. We'll definitely sell some more silage in the future. Guess we'll go ahead and get to cutting some beans. That or pick up, I may go ahead and pick up the alfalfa. Try to let the sun get up a little more before we get to harvesting. I may go ahead and pick up the alfalfa bales over there. Get those in the harvester silos, get them processing, fermenting. So this too. I've never been to Owendale, Michigan. This is a little pond outside the high school. Are these their colors? I wonder. This fountain lights up over here. You can see it better at night. But it lights up. It's got like some floodlights or something in it. So it's blue and red, I think. What it looks like to me from a distance. Maybe, I don't know, maybe those are just the colors of America. Red, white, and blue. I don't know. Never did really Google Owendale. I wonder, is that a real place? I have to Google that. Alright, I'm gonna pull the truck in here. We'll use this here in a bit when we get to harvesting the bean and especially the corn. Alright, let me go down to, I think we've got another little tiny strip to bale maybe down there. That's why I left the baler down there. Into your vehicle, yep. Might help if I lower it. Nope. Funny, this was not fertilized alfalfa, but we got a lot off of it. I think alfalfa just has a much higher yield anyway over grass. I hear the plane. There it is. He's going back that way now. I guess whoever the pilot is, he just flies back and forth. East and west. Is that where it ends? I think that's where it ends. I think that's it. Alright, so let me go back this way. Make sure that there's not any extra down here. Is the plane in game? Do you mean like as a mod that you can fly? Or... Pretty sure it's just like the plane on Judith Plains, Montana, where it just flies in the sky and flies around. Doesn't actually like come with a plane that you can get in and fly. There is a plane out there, however. There's actually a few things out there. There's helicopters, and some of them you can use as sprayers. And there are some planes. There's an ultralight out there. There's... Just recently saw a, looked like a J3 Piper Cub. But from my experience, I haven't tried that one out, but from my experience trying to use the other stuff, it's very difficult. It's not like, you know... You don't have an ease of use of the controls with like a controller or something like that. Oh, the plane sounds. Yeah, the sound is in the game. Now it's not background. Now you will hear when the time comes, you'll hear a crop duster fly over every once in a while because I do have a field out back. They were actually out there yesterday afternoon, tilling the ground, so they're getting ready to plant something. They had a case magnum out there. Shut that off there. Let me grab this and grab some bales. Yeah, that plane sound is in the game. It might be the same one from Judith Plains, I don't know. It sounds the same. You could hear that one too. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? There he is. It almost looks like the same plane. It might be. I think it's just at a higher altitude. Over on Judith Plains, it flew a lot lower, closer to the highway. Oh, I thought that was more. Those are birds. He'll be back. Yeah, eventually, probably not too far away, you'll hear a crop duster fly over my house. If they're flying at the time that I'm streaming or recording, and when I record, usually they're not flying that late at night, but streaming, sometimes they do fly on Saturdays. I have a feeling they fly probably more during the week, like on a weekday. And usually I'm not recording or streaming at that time. Alright, so I can probably come in and mow this grass here maybe one more time. It doesn't look that hot, that great, but I think maybe we can cut it one more time before I plow it all up. I have to come back and get these last two bales. And I really need to see into getting into tree work. Try to decide how we want to do that. And I'm full. Yep, I'm gonna have to come back. Turn my lights off now. I think I got enough daylight. These in the back one here, and then put the other ones in the front one. Ooh, almost need a front weight on that. When I let that go, the front end popped up on this. So we did build a second one. We needed Needed another one because we didn't have anywhere to put chaff and more grass and more alfalfa. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and build a second one. Guess I probably need to take some of that money and pay back on our loan, huh? Try to pay that back down a little bit. We definitely need to, we're going to need a propane tank to dry the beans and the corn. So we need a tanker for that. And that's about $90-something thousand. Is alfalfa a base game or a mod? That is built into the map. Depends on what map you're on. If you're on PC, and then I think if you're on console, you can play some of the maps. They have alfalfa. So if you play anything by Celebuki, which would be Alma, Missouri, Iowa Plains View, I know those have alfalfa on them. This one by Northern Michigan Mapping. This is Owendale, Michigan. It's in the mod hub now. One of the newer maps. It has alfalfa on it. There's probably some others that have alfalfa on them. I know on PC, if you play Judith Plains, Montana by DJ Modding, it's got alfalfa and clover. And there's probably some maps out there that have more than that. Alright, so we got our bales. Work this back here for now. I'll merge that grass up later on. Sun's coming up over the horizon there. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe with the next Farming Simulator game, so Farming Simulator 28 should be, they will have alfalfa in the base game, just right out of the gate. I'm actually kind of shocked that they haven't done it already. There's a lot of stuff that they can still do. They can do alfalfa, they can do clover, they can do peanuts. I really think orchards will still come about. There's mods out there for orchards that you can do now. But what I'm talking about is the whole shebang, you know, more detailed orchard stuff. So you would have multiple fruit types. You could have nuts, you could have fruits, multiple tree types. You'd have the tree equipment, and that stuff's pretty cool. If you've never seen any YouTube videos on the orchard equipment, they've got some really neat stuff. They got big machines with saws on arms that cartwheel all around, and it trims the limbs up. They got the machines that go around and basically with like an upside down umbrella, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like an upside down umbrella that it hugs the base of the tree, like the trunk of the tree, and then it grabs onto it and then it shakes it, and then all of the fruits or nuts or whatever they're harvesting shakes it out of there, and then it falls down into that canopy or it kind of reminds me of the old, you ever see the old movies or the old cartoons where the firemen have like the the round thing that they're carrying around when somebody's jumping out of a burning building or something. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Morning, Adam. How's it going? Never seen the saws before? Yeah, they got them. Alright, we'll get the deer going first here. Gonna hire this out. Beans are a low yielding crop, so I think I can get them both going here. I'll do 2 inrows, that 90, maybe not 90. Maybe change that to 0. Go north and south, yeah. I think that'd be more efficient. Cutting beans. Let me go get the case rolling on this other field. Yeah, see, that one's set to 92. Maybe the last field that we did was set to 90 or something. I don't know. Maybe kind of the same setup there. There's our mower. There's our plow. Alright. Guess I could take the truck over there where the case is at, since I'm over here with the deer. Fluky Stew Gaming. Am I saying that right? Fluky Stew Gaming. Thank you for that raid. And good morning. Seems like you've got a crowd early in the morning like I do. I think that's probably the best time for your farming simulator crowd, is probably in the AM. Cutting the beans. Put this in here and go ahead and get turned around. Got beans to cut here, now we got sunflowers to cut too. Alright, let him roll up here. Head back over here where the deer's at. Faber Farming, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Lucky Stew Gaming, thank you for the follow. Or well, this just says raid. I don't have my glasses. But anyway, yeah. Everybody from Flicky Stew Gaming, welcome in. This map look good, yeah. It's a console map too. It's an all-platform map. It is flat. It's flat all the way around. There are no hills. We got ditches, but it is pretty much flat all the way around. A little fly around here. Got some big fields. A lot of them can be merged together if you choose. This is pretty much what the farm comes with, minus the harvester silos. We put the harvester silos in there for making silage. Put our chaff, our alfalfa, our grass in those. We got the baseball field. I got a plan. I'm gonna connect these fields, fill this ditch in, put some pipe down through there and cover that up. And then we're gonna plant corn back here. That way when we're playing baseball, it'll be like the field of dreams. And then you got a pretty decent sized town. This little kind of Midwest-ish town. And then I think I finally decided what I'm going to do with this little lot that we bought down here. I might put the cows in down here. Got to come in and look at it a little closer, but I think we'll take a look at it to see if the building we want to put in will fit. But I think this would be a good spot for the cows. And we can have Friday night football too. Alright, he is nowhere near full yet, so I'm gonna let him keep rolling. Yeah. What's the saying? I always get it wrong because I think everybody kind of goes the same way. They think the quote is, if you build it, they will come, right? So it's like, if you build it, they will come. That's not actually the quote. If you watch the movie, the actual quote is, if you build it, he will come. If you haven't seen Field of Dreams, I highly recommend it. Great movie. Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones, Ray Liotta. Got a lot of big actor names in it. I can't remember all of them, but those were the ones that I do remember. Yeah, they thought he was crazy for plowing under his corn. He had a lot of corn in the ground, and he listened to the voices, and he built it. Plowed his corn under, and he built the baseball field out there in his cornfield. It's great that, you know, that field is still there today, but they also built the Major League Baseball field not too far away from there, and I think you can see it from that other field. But you can go there today. They've got a whole like tour, and I think maybe like a museum type thing too. Whoa. Am I in his way? I thought I was going to be out of his way there. Oh no, he's got to get the, okay, that's why. He's got to get that little skipper line on the outside. And then all the rest of the passes should be full passes. Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and empty it. Just in time for him to stop. Whoa, bro. Alright, he should be good. This is not a very big field. He should be good to go from there. Back over to this other one over here. Yeah, I was in here. We were doing stuff in here after the stream and heard the tractor roaring out back. They were out there tilling the ground. So they will be, when was that, Friday or Thursday or Friday that I heard the, I guess he was putting down maybe some fertilizer or something. That big machine out there doing that, and I was like, well, they're probably getting ready to do their thing out there. And sure enough, he was out there yesterday tilling the ground up. So he might come back today and plant it, because the weather is going to be turning not too great this week. I think that starts tonight. So he might come back. I don't know that he'll be back this morning, but it might be after stream today. He might come back with the planter and plant whatever he's going to put back there. I don't know if he's going to do, I really hope he does corn. Love it when they plant corn out back. I think they've frequently done more soybeans than anything else. They've done wheat back there before. Last year they actually did grass, so they baled it for hay. But the previous years, I think the majority of the years on average it's been soybeans. They've done corn a couple times. I really hope they do corn. I have a feeling they won't though. I think more farmers right now, with the markets the way they are, I think they're more likely to do soybeans from what I've been hearing in the reports. There's actually some doing canola, because now they're using canola for something else. They're using, what were they using canola for? I was like, well, that kind of, okay, that sounds good. I mean, that gives us a market for canola, I guess. Oh wait, is he full? He is full. Alright. Go empty him. So yeah, a lot of farmers here in the Deep South are getting into the canola game. Tell you one thing that has not changed is the cotton. We still do cotton. That has never really changed. I've only seen where they do the cotton at here in the deep south where I'm at. I've seen 1 year. Am I out of my field? I'm out of my field now. I've seen 1 year where they did beans in the cotton fields. Only 1 year in my entire lifetime have I seen them do beans instead of cotton. I don't know what the reason for that was, but it was just that 1 year. That was a long time ago. You can guarantee that pretty much they've done cotton where they do the fields that they do the cotton in. It's always been cotton. I know that we had a couple of cotton gins shut down. So maybe that was the reason. But there are others. There's multiple cotton gins. Alright. Did our beans go in there? Hope they did. Oh, it says I've got 10,000 liters in there, but it's doing that thing again, I think. Yeah, it's doing that thing again where you can't see them. That is a Giants thing. I don't know why they disappear like that. They're in there. You just can't see them. It's been doing that since the 1.13 update back in the spring of last year. And they have not addressed that yet. I guess maybe it's not affecting everybody. But it does it, it's not a mod thing. It does it with semi-trailers, tippers, grain carts, even the combines it'll do it with. And it's not an every time thing, it's kind of sporadic. But it still does it. And I know you can get the what is that? Is it easy developer control tools or something, where you can reset your XML or something. Good morning, CBM Gaming. How's it going? Let me go check on the deer. Yeah, he's getting there. He about got it done. So I think this field, there's a field north of it here, and there's a field south of it here. That was in spinach. At some point when we get rid of these trees, maybe merge a lot of this together. I guess we need to decide how we want to do that, because a lot of these trees are the crooked type. We could do the sawmill and the traditional thing. We can break out the brooks. We've got the beavernator. Have that other thing as well. I don't remember the name of that one. And that stuff's in different places. I'm trying to remember where all that stuff's at. So the Brooks is under miscellaneous. I still have the Brooks. We have the Beavernator. Got that thing. Where's the other thing at? I don't know where it's at. Maybe in here? Yeah, there it is. There's the other thing. So this actually has a trailer that came with it. Don't think we've ever used this. I don't know that it would take the bigger trees either. This might be just for like the smaller skinny trees, but we could try it. Well, it ain't cheap either, 150,000. Well, I guess it's cheaper than the Beavernator was. I can't, it won't let me click on the thing. I'm hitting the right button where it'll show what's related to it, and I guess it won't do it. So you have that. It's under lizard. Wonder if I could just go to the lizard brand and find it. Setting terrain quality to medium may also resolve it for some players. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to lose my graphics quality just to fix the problem. Yeah, there's the Beavernator. It's 380. Even the Brooks is listed under lizard. Is the trailer for that thing listed under this too? I'm looking. There's that thing. I think it would be, but it's not. I don't see it anywhere. There's the propane tanks that we need. There's a trailer that came with that thing. It's not under that brand. Wonder if it's under... No, not that. Not the Jeep. Huh. What would that be under then? That be under semi-trailers? Is that it? Pitts trailers. So I guess it's under Pitts maybe. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, that's it. This is the trailer that holds the chips. Looks like it holds 70,000. Oh, you can change the capacity of that too. What does that go up to? Goes up to 350,000? 300, 250, 200, 150, 100, or 70,000. Okay. Neat. Change the color of it too. Can you make it the same color as the chipper itself, maybe? Maybe. We got the yellers. I'd have to kind of try to match it up to it. We just had to pick something close. That'll just go with the standard white or silver or something like that. Only one setting, it's not the whole game. Yeah, but if you have to take your quality down, sounds like it's the game. I've got a pretty beefy computer, then it shouldn't have any problems. And we didn't have this problem before, though. Either. I mean, it worked fine. Never had this issue before that 1.13 update. I think we got it in April or May of last year. And then all of a sudden, after that update, started having the visibility of the grain in the tanks disappearing. Now that should work on, you know, whatever quality setting you put. Unless it's a much lower quality setting for some reason. I could see it maybe not working then. But even then, you know, it should give you something. Just to visualize it. I'm gonna go grab the corn header and start harvesting the sunflower down over there. Gotta remember to come in and rake our grass up. Good morning, Eldra. I think my plow's done too, so I need to move him up north. Oh, Draco. I see it now. Bell Draco. Okay. Bell Draco. I can't get into the new Harry Potter. The one that they've got, the HBO series one. It's just, it's not, I can't get into it. That's a sign of getting older. We're used to older music, older movies. Just can't throw my support behind a lot of the new music and the new movies and even shows. Guess I need to go start down here. that he'll come by that truck. Oh, this field's gonna be like the cotton field down there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely redo these fields when I merge them together. Just the edges here. There's a lot of bushes here, and I know why the bushes are there. They're to block you from seeing the border of the field, or the border of the map. What's that size on there? I guess that's the fix for it. They changed it from 6 meters to 5.8 for the thing, so I guess that'll work. I'm just gonna stick with him for a minute. At least until he clears this border here, and I'll go empty the case. Yeah, probably gonna. Oh, you don't like them trees. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come through with probably the perfect edge and do a straight like grass line on the edge here, and then some of the trees down there, like that one straight ahead. See that oak that's sitting out there? I'll probably come in and remove that tree and then that whole row of trees down there. And then maybe just try to patch up the border a little bit with some little trees and bushes. Yeah, so he's not gonna wanna carry a stuck road. Yeah, he's gonna miss that, I guess. I'm gonna come back and hit that manually. Morning, Steven. How's it going? Let me go empty the case. Right tab border here. There we go. Oh, dude, perfect. He's like right here at the truck. Yeah, doing okay. Doing all right. Okay. Alright, this back out. I'll go move the plow. Be nice if I could just drive up the side of the map here, because I gotta go up to that northwest corner. Love the new sound. big sunflower field over here. I think this field, look at the size of it, man. It's it's the biggest field on the map. I think I'm going to wait until they plant either cotton or soybeans in that field. I will hold off on purchasing it. Beans would be nice. Cotton would be nice. Can I get through the trees here? Oh, a big ditch. Whoa, kind of a big ditch. Oh. Hang on. I have to go down the ditch. Go down this way like this. And find an exit. Go at an angle. There we go. Oh. I did not expect that to be there. Trying to stay out of his crop, but he needs to put in some field roads around his field. I think I will take the highway from here. Still gotta find the collectibles. There was like 20 something left. I do remember where I saw one though. It was at the lot that we bought over there. They got a little storage barn out back. Need to go grab that. And I guess I need to go on a scavenger hunt kind of, because I think you get 10 grand per collectible. Not bad. I was looking over there, I was like, what tractor did I leave out here? That's not a tractor. That's a bush and a pump house. This ditch up here. Is this the field? Yes. I guess Michigan is known for their ditches like this. Remember the ditches, remember the Michigan maps? Back in, what was it, Farming Simulator 17 or 19? We had a lot of Michigan map. We had like a main Michigan map from Taylor Farms. And it had ditches just like this. They were very acute ditches, very sharp ditches. Not really a whole lot of smooth contour to be able to drive out of them. Alright, got him going. We'll leave that going. Got our picker there. Alright. Probably need to go get the... Yep, this thing. Put him on sunflowers. Okay, alright, so remember you guys I was telling you yesterday that the buses move even with traffic turned off? So now the school buses are parked in front of the school. Check that out. So it's morning time, so I'm guessing they probably are dropping the kids off. Normally they're parked back there. Actually, there's still some back there. But they just, I guess they just appear like in the morning and in the afternoons. So that's kind of a realistic thing. You know, kids go to school in the morning, buses drop them off. Kids get out of school in the afternoon, buses pick them up, take them home. Alright, I gotta kind of bring this away from the thing here, because it shoots way out there. Yeah. Not like your typical grain carts. But we'll have beans in here to dry now. Rest of it I think we'll just store. Might actually, if we get the grain mill and then maybe the bakery, take them to the grain mill. Yeah, I would think that, you know, being the setting thing, that it would affect everything, but it doesn't affect everything. It's hit or miss. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? Oh, is he full again? Yep. I was thinking he would go ahead and finish that field, but I guess he got full. And actually, there's the deer over there. Let me go get the deer real quick. Alright, we'll let him run. Get the case. morning, Stins. No, they're probably paying about the same as they always have. These are just the fields that we bought. We just started this map, really on Friday, and then started to stream this map yesterday. So we're, getting these crops cut here. We bought, bring the map up here. We bought this field up here where the soybeans were, or are currently being harvested. And then we bought this one that has the sunflower in it. And then we bought this one because we bought a cotton picker that went on sale. So the plan is to redo these fields. We got to take some trees out, and then merge these fields together and do either alfalfa or grass. And then probably do the same on the other side of this highway up here. We don't own this field yet, but we do own the lot north of there. And we've already gotten rid of the buildings that are on the map there that you can see. Got rid of all that. Got a few trees up there to remove. And then I think probably do the same thing. Kind of plow all this together and do either grass or alfalfa. That's what we call it. It's literally called a cotton picker. You go into the, where are they at? They're down here somewhere. I know a lot of people snicker at that, but that's what the CP stands for. Cotton picker. Or you could get the CS, which stands for cotton stripper. Not gonna let the PC crowd, you know, change all the words just because they're PC. Air quote. That's what we call it. We pick cotton. You can say harvesting cotton if you want to, but down here, it's called picking cotton. And we drive cotton pickers down the road. Now, you should never use that word hatefully. You should never use it as like a derogatory term. But the terminology that we use for the machines, for the harvest itself, that's what it is. Yeah, that was a Dr. Pepper. Already finished off the orange soda from earlier. That was the Dr. Pepper. Got a lot of red lights up there. Hope that's not a bad thing. Hoping that just means that, you know, stuff is turned on or something. Oh wait, the one thing's flickering. Is that when he's in, when you got the clutch on or something? Like when he's maybe shifting gears or something there. I don't know, I can't actually read the panel. Yep, I don't know. I don't know that a big tree would fit in this. And some of these trees are the, what are they called? The white birch? They almost look like a birch tree. Wonder if I can find one. Oh, there's some over here. Let's go back to our soybean field over here. Well, maybe they're called dogwood. What does that say down there? Does it say dogwood? I think it says dogwood. No. Box elder. So this is a box elder tree. What were the dogwood trees? Is it like those? No. I have never heard of these names. Shagbark hickory. But this don't look like the ones that I'm talking about. Ones I'm talking about are like taller. I think there's some up north here. I don't know, they kind of look the same though. Box elder, That's that same hickory. And there's a lot of trees out here. Yeah, those are the same. Okay. When did the case finish? Yep. So we're done with the soybeans. Actually, I'm just going to drive this back on over there. Try to get across this ditch if I can. These ditches, we're gonna bring in some the same company that does our drain tile for our fields. We're gonna bring them in and put in some large piping in these ditches, and then we're gonna close the ditches up. That way we can have like an underground drain for all the runoff from the field. We can take it on down out to the large creek outside there or something. Alright, let's drop this header off. I'll put some go-go juice in here. Pick up the corn header at the shop, and then I'll get these guys in position over here. Get them ready to cut the corn. We're doing good. We've already knocked out both of our soybean fields. We're just about done with the sunflower down there. Looks like he's full, actually. I need to get back down there. He's getting full. And he's at 99, so he's pretty much full. Oh, there he is. Now he's full. So many people. Corn's got a different texture to it. Yeah, a little more realistic, I guess, maybe. Not as yellowish as the in-game texture. Here where that forage harvester stopped up here. Just cut down through there. this right here until we get ready to come back. I think after year 1 we should look at upgrading our grain cart. Maybe get a second truck. This one only holds 15,000. Alright. Get a Demco that holds 30. So we're not gonna have a ton of soybeans to sell. Just looks like 23,000. Well, I need to go get that truck. I'm gonna go get that truck. Probably not a lot in here either. What, 30,000? So 63,000. Not really even a full truckload. And even though the grain is invisible, I'll go ahead and put the cover on. Yep, he's gonna get full again. Done with these fields. Now we can go into demolition mode. And creating mode. Out with the old and in with the new. And I think we need to go ahead and probably buy this field up here. I don't want to, run the risk of going into the next year and having to wait until the next year and then plant parsnips in it or, some gobbledygook like that. So I think we'll just go ahead and buy it. And then we'll put our own crop in there, which will be either alfalfa or grass. I don't know which one to put where. Whoa! 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 That is a full pucker moment right there. I think that's a little top heavy. Got a little weight to it. Saved it though. I might have took out part of our shiny new display there, but maybe the cone caught me or something. That was a little scary. Where on the map is your farm located? Let's see. There's the map. So, you know where the baseball field and the football field is? It's the starting farm just to the east of there. So it's just east of the high school. So there's the high school, the ball field, the football field. Right over in here. Probably going to do some expansion on this. Just got to decide how to do it. Yeah, with the 2 blue silos. Yeah, this is it. This is where we're at. There's our harbor store silos. Fermenting silos. There's our house. Barn. We added the bale shed. There's the foosball field. And then there's our baseball field. Does it still have the mascot on the building like it did back in... Used to be a mascot on here. Redford Park. What does that say? Go Wolves, right? This is Elm Creek Wolves. It's not Elm Creek, technically, but... Look, I think it's on the building, too, on the high school building. Like a logo or something. It's got a bulldog on it. So we're some kind of canine. Our mascot for the school is some kind of canine. It's either the bulldogs or the wolves. Can you have 2 separate mascots in a I don't know. Can you have 2 separate mascots in in one high school? One for the baseball, one for the football? Alright. That off there. And let me go grab another tractor. Let me actually bring this back and fuel it up, get it ready to go. So we've got the 5488 International doing a plowing contract in the Northwest. I think I want to get another plow. And I think we're going to go with the one that we generally like to use. The Lizard MT plow. The Ripper. I think we can get the 6 meter in our 8900 case. Should pull it. That's probably going to be the best one probably to actually create fieldage with. Go-go juice and shove some groceries down my neck, and then I'll be 10-10 on the side. Really sad to think that all of the characters except one from Smokey and the Bandit are gone. The only one left is Sally Field. And she's getting up there. Knock on wood. She's actually coming out with a new movie. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Some type of comedy or something. Jerry Reed's gone. Burt Reynolds is gone. Jackie Gleason is gone. The Enos Burdett is gone. I don't know about the little Burdett. I don't know if he's still alive, if he's still around, or Junior, he died. So yeah, probably just Frog and maybe little Enos. What was his name? Was it Enos Burdett? Or that was the dad. I can't remember the son's name. You know, the guys in the suits. Okay, maybe it was Big Enos. Big Enos Burdett and Little Enos Burdett. Maybe they both were named Enos. Alright. We will shut this off and we'll come back and cut this corn later. Oh yeah, William Shatner. Yeah, he's getting up there too, though, and he's like in his 90s, right? Yeah, he's up there. I think he is over 90 now. I know they sent him. They sent him. He went up on the Blue Origin rocket thing. But I think he just turned 90 or is about to turn 90 maybe. Oh, he's 95? Really? Okay, yeah, he's up there then. So, somebody, you think about the original Star Trek series. Leonard Nimoy, he's gone. DeForest Kelley. Of course, Leonard Nimoy, you know, he was Spock. DeForest Kelley, he played Bones, the Doctor. He's gone. Scotty's gone. That just leaves William Shatner. Chekhov, he's gone. Did Lieutenant Lahora, did she die? That's the tractor I'm looking for? Yep. I'm going to put my arms back on for this just so I'll have a little bit of front weight. Did Lieutenant Lahura, did she die? Anybody know? Little Enos is 85, so he's still alive. Okay, so Little Enos and Frog are the only ones from Smokey and the Bandit still alive. Making me feel older and older and older. Old Jerry Reed, one of the last movies he did was The Waterboy. I don't know if it was the last movie, but it was one of the last ones that he did. Wow. Wait, 1940? So he'll be 96 this year then, right? Wait, my math ain't mathing right. Talk about William Shatner, right? 1940. So he would have been 60 in the year 2000. Are you sure about that age, Will? Am I not mathing right? He was 60 in the year 2000. He would have been 70 in 2010. Right? Oh, Little Enos. Okay, never mind, never mind. We're getting our characters mixed up here, our actors. We need to switch gears to one actor. Y'all are confuzzling me. I was like, okay, I know Shatner's. I know he's over 90. I was like, wait a minute, he was born in 1940. That math is just not mathing. Hey Siri, what year was William Shatner born?
William Shatner was born March 22nd, 1931, and is 95 years old.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Siri said it too. So he was born in 1931. Wow. He was born before the original Wizard of Oz came out. He was born before World War II. Wow. He's old. Alright, plows. Here we go. So 6 meter, we're going to change that to Case IH red to keep the black. Actually, just going to change that to the Onyx black. Little Enos Burdette is still alive. Wow. I'll say this, and I don't mean to, like, what would be the right word? Speak it into existence or wish any, ill will or anything like that, but I'm shocked that Dick Van Dyke, didn't he just turn 100? Hey Siri, how old is Dick Van Dyke?
Dick Van Dyke is 100 years old.
Yeah, he just turned 100. Alright, this has actually got the log grapple on the front, so I can move these trees if I want to until we decide how we want to process them. Hey Siri, who played Lieutenant Lahora on Star Trek?
Here's an answer from liftable.com.
Oh, she died too. She died at 89. So William Shatner is the last. He's the last one from the original Star Trek series that's still alive. Wonder if I need to straighten this edge, or is it already straight? Kind of hard to tell from this. I can kind of use the help window up there as kind of a guide. Just watch the line on the edge of the field. If it moves. Oh, it looks like it's kind of moving a little bit. I don't know. Let me just drive the length of the field. We actually don't own it yet. Let me go ahead and buy it real quick. How much is that? That is 96? No, 56,000. That's not bad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line up with the edge of the field. And then I'm going to turn on my EV. And then we will drive the length of this. My back wheel is lined up with the outside. Well, kinda. Let me get a little better. Lined up a little better. Here we go. Now I'm lined up. Oh, it does move over a little bit. Which means I need to come in with the perfect edge. And probably fix this field too a little bit. And I need to start from the north. Yeah, it moves over there again too. So the fields are not perfectly straight here in Owendale. Gotta see where they start to move over. I'm just gonna start from down here. Well, if I do that, then I'll have to replow a lot of that. It'll stay straight. I just sacrifice some of the field. Wouldn't be much. I used a small thing. Let me go back up there. Oh yeah, I heard that about Dick Van Dyke. He got caught in those California wildfires. That does come out. This does come out away from the trees for quite a bit here. But I think I want to keep that edge, and then I'll plow the rest of this out to match that edge. So let me get into that. Paint. We want to do grass. And I'm going to have to do this without the controller, because the controller will not take the cursor over there. So let me switch over to... Gotta do this to use the perfect edge anyway. So I'm gonna bump that cursor size up. Here we go. And then I'm gonna go on the outside here. Let me go up this way first. So I'm locked in. There's some concrete up here. That's why I want to go up here first. Okay. Wish it would go slower, as you go down this way. Let me go down to the bottom and start from down here. That way I know where I'm lining up at. Can kind of go slower, but maybe right there. You just gotta get it in there just right. Really sensitive. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna come off of that now. Let me go back down here. See where the field actually starts at. Looks like it starts right there. Perfect edge here. Don't you love it when the autosave pops up right when you're trying to do it? That's where I started. How much more on the outside is there? Turn my camera. Actually, I think that might have got it. Let me drive back down there and see, but I think that might have got it. I do wish that the perfect edge mod would work with planting grass. It doesn't do that with the tool. All right, so yeah, there's no more field. So that goes straight. We know that that edge is straight now. This will be a nice grass field though, or alfalfa. Alright. Great field on. Line it up. Set to 0. I think we're just gonna stop right on the edge. Right there, maybe. Trying to see where the gravel stops there. I think that'll get it. Nope. Morning, Scully. How's it going? Good morning, 8 Secret. Alright, now this is where I really need to plow up from the field. I don't know where it technically stops. I think I'm gonna have to remove some of these trees. Gotta remove some rocks too. Pretty sure that this edge is straight. because it borders the ditch here. If I remember right, these were straight. Alright. So I found a solution to taking care of the rocks. Just get rid of them. That's the best way to do it. You can bring a skid steer in with the jackhammer thing and bust them up if you want to, but then it leaves the rock residue and then you got to clean that up. No. I'll call the guys from the rock company or whatever, and they came and busted them up for me. And yeah, out of sight, out of mind. They're gone. All right. Did that with the rocks over there at the farm too. So now these, honestly, these trees won't be worth even taking anywhere. So let me do this. Turn that on. We'll just get rid of them. Alright, now these, that one would be worth taking somewhere, or putting in as wood chips. I don't know, do we want to do like we did on Gage, Kentucky, where we just get rid of the trees and not worry about the wood chips, and only focus on making income from crop, silage, crop, stuff like that? Morning, Papa. How's it going? Hey, we only have that tree and that tree over there. I think that's what we'll do here. We've done the whole sawmill bit. We don't really need the income from wood chips. Then we wouldn't even have to worry about getting equipment. I'll just do that. We'll just get rid of the trees. We'll unalive them, and that sounds wrong, but we'll just dismiss them here. Bye bye, tree. Yay. Good morning, Flying Red Farm. Starting your week at work already? Yeah, Fuzzy had to do that today too. He had to start his week. I feel like there's a cloud over me up here. Yeah, the clouds are moving over me, aren't they? Kind of see them. Alright, let's try to make this straight. That can be our approach. This should work. This should line up perfect. Got it. Let me do another in-row down here. The man at the rock removal company's got a cousin that removes trees. Yeah. Called him up too. Called Bert from the rock removal company and his cousin Ernie. And they came out and removed the rocks and removed the trees and the stumps as well. So alright, I'll still need to do a little work on the around the edges, that gravel over there, and we'll keep that approach, I think, but the rest of it can get plowed out. Looks like our guy's done with his contract over there too, so we'll have that, a little bit of that income there. What's the status of this field? It's got... I think I'm gonna hire the plow out on it after I get done creating this up here, because I guarantee you it hasn't been plowed, and we don't want weeds in it. I don't know, would weeds pop up through grass or not? Do they show up? I don't know. I'll just go ahead and plow it all up. Put some final fert down on it all. Come back and plant the grass. Or alfalfa. Haven't decided which one to do. Alfalfa in the north or grass in the north? Yeah, got a little over there, didn't I? I'm leaning towards grass up here because it looks like, just from eyeballing it, it looks like this up here is longer than this up here, or down here. And the alfalfa has a higher yield. So I would almost want to put the alfalfa on the shorter field, which I think is this down here. I'll probably do grass up here. And we can have it for grass, we can have it for hay. Wish there was a mod on console for an alfalfa fermenter. Is there not? Y'all have fermenting silos, right? For... Y'all have fermenting silos for like chaff and grass, right? I'm gonna say you can make alfalfa hay on console. Just run a tedder over it. I wonder, has anybody tried, can you like do, if it was a fermenting silo, it'd have to have the actual XML in it, I know. But has anybody tried to drop alfalfa at like in a bunker? Like a silage bunker? You know, you can go and drop grass and chaff in there. Has anybody on console tried to do that? Can you ferment it that way? I know Alma, Missouri, right, and the Iowa Plainsview have alfalfa on them. Can you do it that way? Alright guys, I am going to stop the YouTube video here. So you guys over on YouTube, we'll see you in the next video. I'm going to come back and finish plowing this out here and hopefully get to a point where we can plant some grass over here. Until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grand Arcade. We'll see you in the next video, YouTube.